on the coverage.
Simeon completes it. There he is again, Jones with the catch and the first down.
And he's going to get 15 more, I think.
A 9-yard gain, and Simeon took a hit.
I can't tell you how good that is in so many ways. Number one, you stand in. You know that's bearing right down on you. That's not a penalty back in the day.
Roughing the passer with targeting. Defense number 40. That 15-yard penalty will be added to the end of the play. An automatic first down.
10
By
years ago, I
rule,
don't think
number
that's a
40
penalty.
is disqualified.
Disqualified.
Wow.
Maybe they're saying he launched or he hit the head.
Well, he goes up top.
And that will be reviewed.
That is absolutely clearly a penalty by today's rules. Now, does he target? Now, this is new this season, and you've already seen it come into play earlier today. That penalty will not be changed. That will be enforced. And what is being reviewed and continuing to be looked at, as every play is looked at in college football, is whether or not that ejection will stand.
The disqualification can be overturned. And that's Chris McCain. He's the best pass rusher up front for Cal, so that would be a big loss for them in that respect.
We had a long conversation before the game today with the officials, with the replay guys who do such an excellent job of trying to inform us as best they can. They have taken a look at it, and they have deemed that worthy of an ejection. By the letter of the law of today's rules, I stand by that call.
Luka Lopez.
Previous play is under further review.
He might not want to leave yet. You know, they've got to adjust to this new rule as much as everyone else. So McCain stops in his tracks and holds on because that could still be overturned. We saw this happen earlier today in that Texas A&M game. There was a disqualification as well.
This is a training mechanism. This is a teaching mechanism. You know what it's like at the next level. You have seen the trickle down to this level. You cannot target the headgear. You cannot drive into the ground. There is no doubter about the 15-yard penalty. The conversation and why the further review is more along the line of the intent and the letter of the law and the rule.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. First down.
And in talking to the replay officials, Mark, and whether you like it, you dislike it, whether you're screaming at your TV or not, you have got to understand what the rules say. And they clearly say if you go up top and you target the head, you're going to be ejected.
And not only is he disqualified for the rest of this game, he'll be disqualified for the first half of next week's game.
And I'm sorry, you shouldn't be taking bows. You hurt your football team. You are their best pass rusher. You are a really good player. And
I'll say this for the rule, though. Sometimes that can happen without malice.
All right. So, still do a little talk radio around here towards the end of the day. It's tiring to do the shows on the set, you understand. So, welcome to Talk Radio Gen 4.0. I am your host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill. Got a lot covered today. This will be the last snapshot from a game. And with regard to that new rule, and two things that I'll discuss with you. It's kind of the new bit from 4.0. Two things. Typically it'll be on one for each side, a little bit of an observation. Usually like room for improvement. Sometimes, you know, the game will have gone so well that it'll just be nothing but accolades, but not likely. Just a reminder, the OMSR is a show. It's called the DMCA, Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Covers fair use, standard, minimal use, and derivatives. So highlights courtesy to ESPN and the NCAA. Everything else, OMSR. So they were talking about it at length. Didn't look like he was targeting. I mean, that's a tricky thing. When you're running forward and you're a little bit taller than the dude, and you go to tackle, you're leaning forward. He didn't launch. He didn't hit him in the head. That was way overreact. And I think you all would agree. What happened earlier with Texas A&M and Rice? You know, Manziel getting on the field, he's just going to be a lightning rod to the other side of the team. And his own. He's kind of turned into a punk. But anyway, that's a separate discussion. With regard to this game, talking about he wasn't launching. They're talking about how he's their best pass rusher. Did you see the dude walking? I mean, he looks 6'5"-ish, I don't know, but 230. Very lanky. What happened to Cal, frankly? You know, when Tedford had it built up, and they almost would have been number one if not for their backup quarterback tried to be the man, not throwing it away. They could have just kicked the field goal, and Cal would have been number one. You know, Aaron Rodgers, y'all know who he is. Marshawn Lynch, those teams, their defense was killer. Forgot some of the household names from back then. I'm sure they're household in the NFL. OMSR doesn't watch a whole lot of NFL. We try to cover it here and there. But yeah, it's like that. All right, so great opening weekend, wouldn't you say? Reminding you also, football of any sort and alcohol, they are joined at the hip. So just leave the keys in the cabinet. No silly DUIs while you're out there. Guaranteed you out there know somebody who got a DUI last night. Remind them about this catchphrase. It is an OMSR catchphrase. Looking out for your well-being. Been there. Had a silly DUI. One of the silliest. Many, many years ago. 13 or so. Anywho. Later days, more college football signature plays.